sustainability. So it's the sustainability factor that brings us today into conversation with a couple of relevant and powerful individuals in the Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association. So it's about clean cooking. And earlier on in this month, when you look at the global spectrum, we are looking at the Bonn climate conversations heading into COP29. So one of the crucial factors is in regard to sustainability, climate change and all that. And when you look at it from a local perspective, the conversation hasn't been so elaborate, but today's interest is in regard to clean cooking. And we can't talk about clean cooking minus the ladies, because they are the people that drive the different menus that we enjoy, and then the cafeteria that we go to, most of them are ladies. So joining us today in the conversation regarding clean cooking and how best we can transition Uganda from the reliance on biomass. We're talking about charcoal in most urban areas, and then firewood in majority rural areas. And then the challenges that come with that, inhalation of those gases that are not so good towards our health, and then the cost down there. So in our conversation today regarding clean cooking, I'm joined by three lovely ladies. On my immediate left is Juliet Kasozi. In the middle, I have Esther Chamber, and over there on the far left is Juliet as well, Golda. Chapter leaders from Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association Limited. Let me start with Juliet. A warm welcome to Smart 24 TV.
Thank you very much. My name is Juliet, as you've been told. I am a proprietor of Sunrise Infant School, Wakiso. I am a proud member of your will and the chapter leader of the Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association Limited. I am a farmer and a business coach. I'm happy to be here discussing clean cooking.
All right, and then to the lady in the middle, Esther.
Thank you so much. My name is Esther Chamber Nalongo from Jinja, Wanyange. I'm the founder and CEO Divine Maritime Investments Limited, a company based in Jinja, and we are into agribusiness. We do consultancy and organic farming. At the same time, I'm the chapter leader of UWIL, Jinja chapter, and coordinating eastern part of Uganda via UWIL activities. And I'm an assistant lecturer at Makerere University Jinja campus, handling community and rural development, as well as real life projects. I'm so happy to be part of this conversation to discuss clean cooking. Thank you so much, Smart 24, for the opportunity.
All right. And then Madam Juliet.
Thank you, Smart TV, for hosting us. I'm CDO Juliet Golda. I'm a banker by profession. I'm the founder member of Sunshine Women Empowerment based in Mukono. I'm the chapter leader of UWIL, Mukono District. We do capacity building, sensitization, and skills development to all members, especially the rural women. I'm glad to be here for this conversation about clean cooking.
All right, that's quite interesting. And when you look at the national energy policy that was revised just previously, one of the key elements is in regard to sustainable energy use or efficient energy utilization, but that's government. However, when it comes to the transmission of the initiative altogether, it requires the private sector. And today's conversation comes from one of the biggest partners in the private sector. One is UWIL, and then the other that will be driving the initiative on one end is Rentco, one of the biggest asset leasing companies. But Rentco's initiative or push for this clean energy drive will be coming later on. However, today we shall be focusing on UWIL. For the people that are not so knowledgeable about the Women Entrepreneurs Association, this goes to Esther. How would you tell them?
Thank you so much, our dear viewers. I'll first of all explain UWIL in full. UWIL is Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association Limited, which is an umbrella of Ugandan entrepreneurs who are women. UWIL's mandate is to do capacity building, advocacy, and networking. We do capacity building through training ladies, women in different aspects of business, ranging from financial literacy. We do trainings in mentorship, and we help the ladies from the grassroots to improve on their businesses, because we realized that a number of women are contributing a lot on the Ugandan economic development. Okay. So through UWIL and the trainings that we do from the grassroots women, we have realized that so many women, their standards of living has been improved through UWIL, and UWIL is one of the longest and largest women association in Uganda, and it has been involved in so many advocacies. With the help of government, we've been able to help the women to register their businesses. We've partnered with URSB, with URA, to ensure that women businesses are right in the books of accounts, and then so many others. So thank you so much. For the 37 years that UWIL has been in existence, women have benefited, and I'm a very proud member of UWIL. And that is what we are doing at our levels of chapters. As a chapter leader, we are empowering women down there, and the women are so proud. Currently, we are covering over 130 districts, and we have over 130 chapter leaders. And these leaders have the mandate to train ladies in various aspects of life, mentor them in business aspects, and quite a number of ladies have improved through UWIL. Then we do advocacy. Women, for example, so many women have benefited from PPDA, and I'm one of the beneficiaries. Through UWIL, we were trained on how to engage ourselves in government tenders. So UWIL gave us this opportunity through other agencies, and then women were able to come up on board to ensure that at least they don't leave all these opportunities for only the men, because before we thought it is only men who can tender for bigger, bid for bigger tenders, but now through UWIL we have come up, and we are really, really doing good. So for this
conversation, if I would say, I mean to say, there is something that I was about to ask you in regard to the chapters, but I think that will come in later on. For now, let me switch over to Juliet. The conversation regards clean cooking, and then UWIL is in there. What's the general perspective in regard to cooking? What has raised this initiative? How unclean are the energies that we are utilizing so far?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say that clean cooking is simply embracing new technologies to replace the traditional ways of cooking. And when you look at the traditional ways of cooking, they have so many side effects. They are time-taking. There are very many. And the advantages of clean cooking way more than the traditional ways of cooking. So we are advocating for that woman, whether grassroots, all women, to advocate. We are advocating for clean cooking because it is more effective, it takes less time, it is actually cheaper. If you calculate properly, it will turn out to be cheaper. Okay. So we want all the women to embrace the new technologies of smart, clean cooking.
Okay, and then I'm looking at Uganda is predominantly rural. How is the initiative going to cover the urban setting? vis-a-vis the people in the rural communities?
Thank you. You know, it's a mindset.
Okay.
It's a mindset, and I really want us to have a mindset change. When we talk of clean cooking, people will think it's something for maybe the rich. It is something for the educated. No. Some of these methods are with us, but we do not know. So the rural woman can embrace clean cooking, because if I can look at the example of biogas, most of these rural women are farmers. At least they have a cow, they have an animal in their backyard. They can embrace biogas as opposed to going all the way to look for firewood, then light it up, buying a whole sack of charcoal and all that. They can embrace biogas. And yes, the rural woman does not have electricity, but it will get there sometime. For those who have electricity, when you calculate the electricity used while cooking, it may come to the cost of charcoal these days.
Okay.
Yes, it may come to the same cost, because charcoal is not cheap of late.
A bag of charcoal at least goes for not less than 60,000 Uganda shillings.
Now, if you look at the cost of, let me say, gas, okay, for the rural woman, for the urban woman, gas, but even the rural women some rural women can afford gas, and with this advocacy, they will all get gas. When you look at the calculation, it may come to the same thing, because with gas, I am turning on and cooking using the cooking time for what I want. Charcoal, I will light my sigiri, boil water, and after that charcoal will go to waste. Then I'll also take time to light that sigiri or light the fireplace.
So that's basically for the rural community.
That is for the rural community. No, both rural and even urban settings, because we still have people in the urban setting who still use charcoal and even firewood.
All right. I'm not going to look into the technology that much, because we don't have Redco on board, which is the biggest private sector player that will be pushing the utilization or the sale of the different technologies that are needed, maybe in the urban settings and then the rural communities. But let me drive the conversation to Juliet over there as well. She just mentioned about the rural communities and then the urban settings still. Let's start from the rural areas before we get back to the urban communities, because we are looking at the reliance on charcoal. And with charcoal comes from the rural areas. What's the challenge at hand? How interesting is the conversation? How should it be towards the ladies? Because I can see it's more central. Most of the time when we talk about climate change, the impact, the headliners are ladies. How central is it to them?
Thank you. Picking up from where she has left, you find that the rural areas, that's where which is densely populated, especially the women. And that is where we use firewood and charcoal. Through sensitization of these rural women, highlighting to them the challenges of deforestation, which have brought climatic change. So we can change these women by showing them the challenges we are facing, all of us as a nation. Because when the climate changes, it doesn't limit itself either to the rural area or to the urban area. But the trees are in the rural areas. So if we sensitize these women, we can change their mindset to see that they can adapt to the new ways of cooking. So that will help us to promote the clean cooking after showing them the challenges of what comes with deforestation, because charcoal, firewood is all got from felling trees. We also need to show them what is happening now. There's a lot of heat. We are getting deserts, areas which used to be receiving rainfall. Now we are crying of the sunshine is too much, our crops are dying, all that. Then even the floods, all that is being brought about by using charcoal and firewood.
And then I'm interested in knowing, or anyone out there, how are the ladies in particular affected, and what benefits should they be initiated about in regard to the shift from firewood use to the cleaner energies that you're proposing?
So like I told you earlier on that sensitization is very key because of the challenges we are facing with using charcoal. One, the carbon monoxide which comes out of the charcoal and the firewood affects their health and the children's health, because you find that one, a rural woman is going to be cooking in the kitchen with a baby on her back. That is going to affect the health. Then two, there is also a lot of time wasting. You find that a lot of time is used. Let me say preparing lunch. The lady will use like 3 to 5 hours preparing lunch instead of using that time for more value addition enterprises like maybe knitting or gardening and doing other things. So you find that if we really sensitize this woman, because they are the ones who really, as much as it is also used in the urban areas, but the majority are rural women. And the majority we need to change is to embrace what we are trying to bring on board, to show them the economic value of what we are trying to bring on board. Yeah.
The battle for transformation or transition from biomass to cleaner energy. That's the conversation we are carrying forward today. Esther, back to you. Earlier on, you mentioned something in regard to the coverage over 130 districts and then the chapters, a lot in there. What are the chapters and what do they intend to achieve?
Thank you so much. Like earlier on discussed, UWIL has a very big coverage in Uganda, covering over 130 districts with chapter leaders. And the chapter leaders are ready and well equipped to empower the women, because we're already on ground empowering women, and we're going to use the same strategy because we have a following of over 80,000 women already. So we're just going to sensitize and attract more so that we can change the mindset of the rural women, and we have the capacity to do that because we are already empowered, especially as leaders. All the leaders in various chapters are equipped with the necessary knowledge to transform communities. And like in my introduction, I told you I'm an assistant lecturer at Makerere University handling community issues. So it is going to be a walkover. We are ready to change the mindset of the rural women. Because according to my experience, when you compare the clean cooking to this ordinary one, when you compare it, it is cheap in terms of time used and also the resources. When I calculated the gas, the money that I use to refill my gas at home, because I can refill it in using 110. Mine is a little bit big, so I refill at 110,000, and it can take me for 2 months. And yet charcoal, I buy it at 70,000, and every after 2 weeks I buy. So we need to change the mindset. As this lady is paying the 70,000, and every after 2 weeks or 3 weeks is paid. In actual sense, is even paying more. So when we sensitize them and we really take them through all this, they will be in position to change the mindset, and we shall conserve our environment. Because when we embrace this, our environment will be conserved. Because with charcoal, the trees are being cut here and there, deforestation, and then. Yeah.
And then someone out there would be interested in knowing, is the initiative already ongoing? Is it set to start? And how is it going to be carried on? Is it through maybe workshops? How best is it going to be?
We are going to do this through workshops. That's like UWIL has been organizing so many workshops with the help of government and other institutions. So we're just going to carry on to organize more and more workshops all over Uganda to ensure that every demonstrations, trainings right from that grassroots woman deep down there in Jinja, Wanyange, in Kamuli, in Wakiso, in Mukono, and all over. So we are sure that this information will go up to the last person there in the village through us, the UWIL members.
Maybe to add on, as much as you will, we are all women, but we are also going to bring on board the men, because the men are the providers of the money. They make the home budgets. So we are going to bring them on board also to show them the effectiveness of the clean cooking. Yeah.
How possible are you going to bring them on board? Because most of the time we are looking at, like she said, mindset change. And when you look at the behavior and then the nature of the households, most of them are headed by women, by men. So, and their involvement in the women-led initiatives or gender-based initiatives is so limited. How do you intend to amass their contribution?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you see, like we said earlier on, that most of these things are happening in the rural areas. You find that most rural areas have settings of circles, village savings and loans associations. So those are very good avenues of sensitizing, because those associations cover both men and women. So during their sessions of collecting their money, savings, we can come in and sensitize all of them at once.
All right.
Yes.
And also to add on, when you empower a woman, you empower the nation. And when these women are empowered, definitely they're belonging to different homes. When you empower this lady, you take the information and you will act, because women are implementers. So when this lady, especially the rural woman out there, gets this information and is sensitized and the mindset is set, he will come and implement it together with the gentleman or the husband at home, and it will be, it will cover both the ladies and the gentlemen.
Juliet, much of the conversation is tending towards the rural setting. Let's look a little bit to the urban communities, because these are people whose demand is quite different from the rural areas. What technologies are we looking at to push for adoption in the urban areas?
The technologies for
clean cooking.
For clean cooking. Now, it's a good question, because I am the chapter leader of Wakiso, and when you look at Wakiso, Wakiso is urban and some rural, but majority are urban now.
Urban, peri-urban.
Yes. But I'm telling you, even Wakiso, majority of people are still using charcoal and firewood. And yet we are advocating for clean cooking. Now, the technologies are going to be simple. Like she said, we are going to have workshops. We are going to tell these people, it's probably a mindset change, like I said before. We are going to show these people, we are going to show the women that it's the same thing. It is workable. Yes.
From
it is charcoal, yes.
Because one of the challenges in regard to the cost of electricity, they will tell you it's expensive.
No, it's because we are stuck. We are so used to, I have to have charcoal, I have to have firewood in my home. But when you look at electricity of late, a unit can I'll give a simple example. When you pay 100,000 a month in your home, you can use it for cooking, ironing, refrigerating, lights, and so many other things, radio on, TV on, and others. Now, a sack of charcoal costs 80,000, and it will only be used for cooking, and it will take you less than a month. So, when you give our people these calculations, they'll sit down and change.
All right. And then in the association, are we looking at partners that are into the supply of the electric appliances and other technologies? Do you have them?
We shall look at suppliers, but one, we are advocating for cheaper means of getting these appliances, because that is where the first expense will come in. People will say how, I don't have a gas cooker, I don't have these other gadgets, the oven, I mean the electric cookers and the rest. So we're advocating for cheaper means of getting these gadgets, then cheaper means of getting the fuels, the clean cooking fuels.
Esther, to get back to you, earlier on you mentioned something in regard to biogas. So as we come to the fall of the conversation, I'm interested in those. Do we have any success story on your end that would be so inspirational to the people out there watching? If you're telling them that, okay, shifting from biogas, rather biomass, charcoal, wood fuel is essential, what would be the picture you draw for them?
Thank you so much. Our dear viewers, this is a success story. I personally, for one, back in my village in Kamuli, I embraced biogas. So this biogas is from my livestock farm, which every 5 households in my village have at least cattle. They have 1 or 2 cows in their compounds. So for me, I started with 5. And then every kind of waste, instead of littering around and maybe just putting it as fertilizers to the gardens, we said no, let us also get biogas from here. And then we had that, we constructed that
the pits.
Yeah, the biogas pits. And out of those 5 cows that we have back in Kamuli, we have a sustainable means of cooking. And so many people have witnessed it. They come from the neighboring places to come and see that it's very possible, because many of them have, but they didn't know how to add value. So this is going to help people out there to earn more from what they are doing. You're doing, you have your cows back there, and then you can get the milk. You add value on the wastes, and again you get biogas. And at the end of it all, the standards of living of our people is going to change.
All right.
In regards to what Esther said,
and then still in your very last, your last regard, still as you add on, because we're running out of time as well.
Okay, in regards to that, I think when we do the financial literacy bit of to the rural women, we teach about budgeting. So when they do that biogas, it will reduce their expenses. Yeah, so that will be an added.
Sensitization will be so crucial, because the knowledge base is so limited. When you talk about biogas, it seems so exotic. And then the inputs, you're looking at some capital investment into that. It will be as well so crucial. Any last words from you, Juliet, as well?
I want to thank you, Will, for giving me this opportunity to advocate for clean cooking among the women of Wakiso. And I would want to call upon all the women to join associations that advocate